Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, early evening. Thank you so much for joining. It's my first actually tasting through Zoom meeting. So we're going to try to have some fun and have a good little time together. How's everybody doing this evening? I know you can't, you're all on mute, but you know, feel free to wave and yes, okay. Have you all had a first sip? Everybody started with some white wine yet? No? So we're really in for a treat. Thank you, Jamie, for having us this evening. Thanks, Sharon, for coordinating this little tasting. I'm super happy to be here because not only it's my first Zoom video meeting, but I always get excited when I'm given a platform to introduce such a unique estate that you otherwise would not have come to encounter it. I will tell you one thing. Molise region, I travel the country. I'm the exclusive importer for the brand for the US for about 3 years now. And I travel the country and I meet the top sommeliers and I meet the top restaurants of the world and beverage managers. And 9% of the time, 9 out of 10 times when I suggest Molise, they tell me they've never had wines from Molise. So that says a lot because we all know Italy from top to bottom to their islands, and to be able to finally come across something that's not known is pretty unique. If you even go to Italy, I hope some of you have already been, and if you have not, please book your next trip soon. I'll tell you, even Italians don't know that Molise makes wine. So if you type Molise, I don't know if you can all see my screen share, let me know if you can, but I always like to start with this slide. Some journalists call it a very obscure region. Some can think it's quite negative. For me, it makes it even more exciting. It's actually known about, maybe it's the new up-and-coming region that's gonna be everywhere and anywhere, even though it's such a small production that we couldn't do that even if we wanted to. So Molise is known for its, obviously, territory. It's known for its volcano, and it's known because it's one of the smallest wine region in Italy. It's the second to last smallest wine region, but it's actually the oldest, known to be one of the oldest wine region in Italy. So that's pretty shocking. In terms of volume, why is it so small? They produce about 236,000 hectoliters of red wine and about 84,000 hectoliters of white wine. So in terms of total volume compared to other regions in Italy, the entire region of Italy produces 50 million hectoliters of wine. So we're very itsy bitsy, small. Where are we located? We are in the south, actually. So even though you're gonna taste this wine, particularly the Fagna, the Falanghina, they're gonna taste a lot of minerality that's unexpected for southern wines. We are in the south. We are about 2.5 hours south of Rome, and we are on the west side of the island. So we're about 30 minutes from the Adriatic Sea. And thank you, Jamie. I saw on your blog that you posted a really cool map with all the Italian wine regions of Italy. It's a really cool map. But we are in the red dot. I don't know if you can see Isernia. Maybe I could try to zoom in here. But so if you fly to Rome, then you go 2.5 hours south and you find yourself in Molise. And what's unique about Molise and Campi Valerio is there's two main regions for the wine production. There's Campobasso, and then there is the region of Isernia. And Isernia is the most prized region because we're in the mountains. So why is it such a superb terroir for wine is that we are having a lot of sunshine during the day because of high sun exposure. And then we're getting that fog in the morning, and we're getting very cold temperature at night. So it gives you that minerality, that elegance that's unexpected for wines from the south of Italy. So the smallest wine region, always good to know, is actually, I don't know if you've ever heard of Val d'Aosta. I'm actually French, part French. So it's the wine region that's between France and Italy. So they speak French, they speak Italian, they have both food culture and wine culture there. And Molise is relatively, I wouldn't say new, but they finally got their own appellation quite recently. Back in the 1960s, they finally got their first DOC. Before that, they were kind of mixed with Abruzzo region. And I'm sure you all have heard of Abruzzo, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. It's one of the most popular kind of wine category in Italy. So being in the mountains, having a lot of sun exposure, we're going to have a very calcareous kind of soil. We're going to get a lot of rains that get drained down. But, you know, we are in the mountains, so the terroir is going to be those olive trees that are not going to be the southern or the typical northern towns like Piemonte or Tuscany kind of olive trees. Completely different category of olive trees. We're also are surrounded by sheep. So it's really very small. Antonio Valerio's family has the estate since the 1836, since the 19th century. But Antonio Valerio just recently, back in the 1975, decided to invest the money and buy more acres and more space and more property to, you know, in order to revitalize the vineyard. And he really wants to put it on the map. I'll show you briefly the territory of Molise. So why is Molise such a unique region? They're known to be making wine since 500 BC. They found remnants of winemaking dating that far back in time. So we're really diving into the history of Italy here. And it's very unknown, but they have found winemaking skills. And I don't know if you can see here, they have a museum where you can see the different old stones throughout the estate. So Molise is so unique and it's so known for its artifacts that before Antonio Valerio today can plant a new vine, they have to send a team, an archaeological team, to dig in and make sure that there are no remnants of artifacts digged in the soil. And then they give him the green light to plant new vineyards. So that's how unique, and that there's no other region in Italy in which they do that.